Good day and welcome everyone. Today we will learn about waterborne disease and it will be discussed by Mr. Christian John S. Tolentino, BSN, College of Nursing from batch 2019. Hi, so this seminar we will learn about waterborne disease. So the objectives of this discussion is we will be able to compare symptoms of several well-known waterborne diseases. We will also use the symptoms and background information on the disease to explain some of the aspects in terms of immune response. We will also able to list the prevention methods for specific pathogens and the list of the routes of transmission for waterborne pathogens. So waterborne means it is transported or transmitted by water. Disease, it is a disorder of structure or function in a human, animal, or plant, especially one that produces specific signs and symptoms or that affects a specific location and is not simply a direct result of a physical injury. We also encounter these terms, pathogens. So pathogens, it is a bacterium, virus, or other microorganisms that can cause disease. Susceptible, likely or liable to be influenced or harmed by a particular thing. Excreta, waste matter discharged from the body, especially feces and urine. So water diseases are caused by pathogenic microorganisms that most commonly are transmitted and contaminated fresh water. So the term waterborne disease is reserved largely for infections that predominantly are transmitted through contact with or consumption of infected water. So these are the classification of waterborne diseases. Water wash diseases, water scarce diseases, water-based diseases, and vector-borne diseases. So what is water wash or water hygiene diseases? These are diseases caused by poor personal hygiene and contact with contaminated water. And water scarce diseases it occurs due to the lack of water available for washing, bathing, and cleaning. Water-based diseases it is caused by organisms by different species of worms that spend parts of their life cycle in different habitats. Vector-borne diseases. So it is very common in the rural areas. So it is caused by bites from insects that breed in water. So this is the waterborne infection cycle. So these are common waterborne diseases. So first is typhoid. So typhoid is an infectious bacterial fever with an eruption of red spots on the chest and abdomen and severe intestinal irritation. Next is cholera. So cholera is an infectious and often fatal bacterial disease of the small intestine, typically contracted from infected water supplies and causing severe vomiting and diarrhea. So we have also hepatitis. So it is a disease characterized by inflammation of the liver. Next is diarrhea. It is a condition in which feces are discharged from the bowels frequently and in a liquid form. Leptospirosis. So it is an infectious bacterial disease that occurs in rodents, dogs, and other mammals and can be transmitted to humans. It is the very common dengue. So a debilitating viral disease of the tropics transmitted by mosquitoes and causing sudden fever and acute pains and in the joints. Modes of transmissions. So waterborne diseases spread by contaminating drinking water system with feces and urine of infected animals or people. The spread of contaminated water is likely to happen where private and public drinking systems get their water, such as surface waters. These are creeks, rivers, lakes, and rain. So these sources of water may be contaminated by infected animals or people, runoff from landfills, sewer pipes, septic fields, and also in industrial or residential development. So it is also may spread contamination, which has been the cause of a number of dramatic outbreaks of fecal oral diseases such as typhoid and cholera. So there are a number of additional ways in which fecal material may reach a person's mouth, such as in food that is contaminated or the person's hands. So the one way to break continued transmission of waterborne diseases is to improve the hygienic behavior of people and provide them with basic needs such as sanitation, drinking water, bathing facilities, and washing facilities. The transmission of malaria is facilitated when large numbers of people sleep outside in hot weather or sleep in homes that have no protection against mosquitoes. Malaria mosquitoes, bilharzia snails, and tropical black flies can all be controlled with efficient drainage. They all depend on water to complete their respective life cycle. And then the signs and symptoms. So diarrhea, sometimes it is bloody, vomiting, stomach cramps, loss of appetite, weight loss, fever, and other that cause skin, ear, eye, respiratory, or neurologic symptoms. So preventions. Use good environmental management. So we must flush or discard any stool in the toilet and clean surrounding area using hot water and detergent. A chlorine-based disinfectant is very recommended. So we also must practice good personal hygiene. Frequent and careful hand washing is important among all age groups. Hand washing of children should be supervised. Wash hands thoroughly with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, rubbing hands together vigorously and scrubbing all surfaces. So wash hands thoroughly after using the toilet, changing a diaper, or cleaning up a child who has used the toilet, and before and after tending to someone who is ill with diarrhea. Wash hands also after handling animals, contact with animal quarters, cleaning up animal feces, or gardening. Wash hands before and after preparing food or eating. So we must also take food safety precautions. To be able to learn about the fundamentals of food safety so that you can protect yourself, your friends, family, and people in your community. So we must wash or peel all raw vegetables and fruits before eating. We must also drink and eat only pasteurized dairy products like milk, cheese, yogurt, and ice cream, and juices. Thoroughly cook all meats. For example, ground beef should be cooked to an internal temperature of 71 degrees Celsius or 160 degrees Fahrenheit. We must also wash hands, kitchen work surfaces, and utensils after contact with raw meat or poultry. So wash hands before handling food and between handling different food items. We must also prevent contact of cooked foods with raw foods. Clean and sanitize all utensils, equipment, and surfaces before and after each use. So be sure to use hot water and detergent to clean, then rinse with hot water also. So sanitize food contact surfaces with a sanitizing solution. So avoid preparing food for others while you have symptoms and for 48 hours after you recover. Drink properly treated water. So water from private water supply should be routinely tested twice a year for total coliform and E. coli. So inorganic analysis on private water supplies should be preferably be done every 2 to 3 years. So do not swallow water while swimming in swimming pools, hot tubs, or interactive fountains, lakes, rivers, springs, ponds, streams, or in the ocean. So do not drink untreated water from lakes, rivers, springs, ponds, streams, or shallow wells. Do not also drink tap water or use ice while traveling to a high-risk destination unless the water source has been properly treated. So thank you for listening and good day to everyone.